Hi, this is Bishop Craig in Lansing. This is take one for the week of January 9th. Peace be with you. I hope that you are staying warm and healthy because both are risky things today. I have a week of Zoom meetings this week, conversations with pastors, Synod staff, our book discussion on copious hosting, which is Ministry with Persons with Disabilities, an ELCA seminar on anger management, helping pastors to understand and to respond to the anger that's going on in many congregations, and anger being addressed at the pastor. The weekly meeting of the Conference of Bishops, and then on Sunday, I will be at Emmanuel in Allegan to install Pastor Chris Laughlin as pastor of the congregation. So that is my week. The reading is the wedding at Cana in Galilee, and I'm just loving the way odd details are jumping off the page at me as I read them this time around. John tells us that it was on the third day that Jesus went to this wedding at Cana in Galilee. The third day, as in like the third day after the crucifixion, as in on the third day Jesus rose again from the dead. Third day. So it is on the third day that Jesus goes to this wedding at Cana in Galilee, and we know the story. They run out of wine, and his mother comes to Jesus and says, do something about it. And Jesus says no, but then does. And they end up with more wine than they could ever use, and it's a better class of wine that they'd been serving. It's about abundance. It's on the third day Jesus brings abundance. And that could be the day of resurrection, or the end of all time when Jesus comes again. And I believe that sometime between Jesus' day of resurrection and the day when Jesus comes again, there will be plenty of days that Jesus brings abundance, and that we need to be looking for Jesus to bring abundance rather than worrying about scarcity. Because the abundance will come in unexpected ways. No one expected Jesus to turn the stone jars into wine. And what we get caught up in is either wanting the old abundance or wanting to tell Jesus how to bring abundance. And neither of those work. So abundance is coming would be the theme I would use, or Jesus brings abundance. But it may not come in the time we want. It may not come in the way we want. And it may not be the abundance that we think it should be. So that's, I guess, what I would talk about if I was preaching on Sunday. And I think we really need abundance. When my newsletter article comes out on Saturday, I guess it is, you'll find some conversation about COVID-19. I was hoping I was done with that. I think you were hoping I was done with that. But it is getting scarier. I heard this weekend a doctor from the World Health Organization say that in the United States, 11 people are getting infected with COVID every second. 11 people every second, and someone is dying of COVID every 34 seconds. So let that sink in for a moment. Schools are going virtual, which is throwing people's work lives into a mess. Some businesses are finding that they need to take a pause, 2 weeks off. Michigan and Michigan State, the basketball game was postponed, I think on Saturday, because Michigan came down with COVID. So for us to think that our lives will not be interrupted in this winter, they're saying in the next 5 to 8 weeks, is either stubborn or naive. And so we need to understand that the church is likely also to be interrupted. And I get how hard that is, but we, as I will say in my newsletter article on Saturday, we need to be ready for the church to have a plan in place, and part of the plan should be everyone gets vaxxed, everyone gets jabbed, everyone wears masks, and we need to be ready to take a pause and go virtual for a couple of weeks. And nobody wants to hear this, and that's fine. but that's what I really believe. So if you don't have a plan, it's not too late to get one. And if you do have a plan, this is not the time to get, emotional and say, well, we've been good for a long time. We can just be bad for a few weeks. This is not the time to do it. We need to take COVID seriously. We really, 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 really do. Please know that David and Roseanne are available to our congregational leaders and our pastors. If we can be of help, don't hesitate to call. Please know that I am spending time every day remembering in prayer our rostered ministers, our congregational leaders, and our congregations. I'm especially concerned with congregations that are feeling in realistic ways that if they don't do something, the congregation's life is at stake. And I understand that. I also understand that Jesus brings abundance. So the life Jesus brings may be different than what we had or what we want, but Jesus will be with us. Jesus will love us. Jesus will care for us. And Jesus will bring us to new life, as surely as Jesus saved the wedding with an abundance of wine. I'm Bishop Craig. This is Take One. Peace be with you. Stay warm.